last question. There are a lot of brands of protein out there. You got your Probiotic, you got your Synthesis, Designer Whey, soy protein, rice protein, egg protein, 12-hour muscle feeder. If I'm going to go to a store, what am I looking for in terms of protein, and what am I trying to stay away from?
Okay, that's another easy question to answer, in that you don't want to get duped by anybody at GNC or Vitamin Shop or any of these health food stores that want to get you on a certain type of protein supplement. The key thing that I want to get across is that you get more protein into your system. So don't get too caught up with thinking this protein brand is better than this protein brand.
Absorption time and all that stuff.
Yes, that's just all jargon that's meant to make you spend more money than you should. The key thing that you should avoid when your protein supplement is, again, across the board for a lot of our other supplements, across the board for a lot of our other foods, avoid as many fillers as possible. Avoid as many ingredients as possible. The ingredient list should be minimal. A good brand that I could recommend is the Gold Standard Whey, but the natural one. You can find that at any GNC or any vitamin shop. It's just Gold Standard Natural Whey. You get very good value, and it has a very short ingredient list. No artificial flavors or sweeteners or fillers or of any kind, because again, those take away from what's supposed to be in the actual product itself. So avoiding as many ingredients as possible, that would be the big number one.
Last question. So I want to have a protein shake for breakfast. I want to have some carbs in there. What can I throw in, or is there anything that's safe to throw in with the protein shake? Can I throw fruits, vegetables? I'm trying to lose weight, but is there anything that you would mix in, or would you just say to have it straight by itself?
Well, the great thing about protein supplements is that they are so versatile that you can throw so many things into it to enhance the nutritional profile of what you're taking in. You may not have time for a full-blown meal, but that doesn't mean you should stick to just the protein by itself. I mean, you can mix in some of your cod liver oil to enhance the fatty acid profile. You can mix in some of your greens to get in some of your vitamins and minerals, or you can even mix the greens and you can throw in a whole bunch of spinach into your protein shakes.
Will I taste that?
No. And I'll tell you why. It's just when you blend it in, you just barely taste it. So I use it myself. I throw in maybe 1 or 2 scoops of protein to my blender, and I just throw loads of spinach in there, and you don't even taste it. I swear you don't. And you can be creative with these. Opt for whole foods. Opt for like the right choices. You can throw in things like banana. You can throw like mangoes. You can throw berries is a huge option that I would recommend. Throwing in berries.
So blueberries, strawberries, they're all good?
Yes.
What about peanut butter?
Peanut butter, that's good sparingly. Again, if you're going to add something fattening in it because you need your good fats, I would opt for the cod liver oil
over the peanut butter.
Yes, but I would say use sparingly things like peanut butter, because it's very easy to overconsume on those things. If I were to throw in top 3 additives, I would say spinach is number 1 because you barely taste it, especially if you mix it with my number 2 option, which is some type of fruit, preferably berries, but bananas work very, very, very well.
Yeah.
And the third option, you can even throw in some old-fashioned oatmeal, and that throws in a good amount of carbs. Again, but they're a good source of carbs because they have a lot of fiber in it and they haven't been overly processed.
So not the Quaker instant oatmeal. It has to say old-fashioned or steel cut.
Yes, absolutely. On the ingredient list, it should just say oats on it, and that's a very good option as well.
All right. Last question, because Randy's been holding this camera for a long time.
I'm good.
Do you mix this with water or with milk?
I would opt for water first. It's so much easier so that you can throw in your other additives as well.
It won't be as thick?
It won't be as thick and whatever. I would start off, if you absolutely need milk, I would start off with maybe a half milk, half water, because you don't want to get too over-reliant on milk. Again, it's good to add things to your protein shake, to like real foods, but you don't want to throw too much in there, because before you know, you've thrown in too many calories in one meal, and then you're stunting your weight loss efforts.
All right. Thank you very much. Wait. I do have one question. What happens when you take in too much? Can you take in too much protein?
You can take in too much protein, and you can take in too much protein supplements.
Too much protein supplement?
Yes.
Okay.
Just like any other supplement, it's very easy to overconsume when you get over-reliant on it. Again, this is a good fail-safe option. It's a good bridge to your real food, but you don't want to get too over-reliant on these and having 3 3 or 4 shakes a day.
All right, so 1 to 2 shakes a day. Error on the side of caution. Would you say start off with 1 scoop? Because some proteins have 50 grams, some protein have 20 grams per scoop. Is there a number that somebody should shoot for in the beginning?
Again, I would opt for 1 to 2 servings, and usually the servings,
serving size. Okay.
They'll tell you the serving size right on the back.
Okay, so if the serving size is 2 scoops, go with 2 to 4 scoops a day. If the serving, okay, you guys can do your own math. You don't need me for that. All right, so that's everything on the protein. Hope that you found this useful. If you have any questions, always you can go back to the Facebook page. Matthew's always going to be running the nutrition. He's going to give you tons of recipes, things that you can do, replacements that you can make in order to facilitate your fat loss. Obviously, we want you to come on down to the Brookdale Fun and Fitness. We're always going to have myself, Randy will be there, Matthew will be there at times. We'll come on out, invite a friend. Yeah, that's it. You got anything else?
No.